Hello, everyone. Welcome to All Things Hux Racing, episode 11. I'm Eric Hux.
And I'm Renee Hux.
And today we get to talk about all sorts of cool track stuff and what we've been doing the last 2 weeks. We haven't usually been doing a podcast every 2 weeks because we really just ran out of content. But I think this time we got plenty of damn shit to talk about. 2 weeks ago. So we'll start before getting ready to head to the drag strip.
Okay.
Last Thursday. Did I catch you trying to get the chicken strip down?
No.
No? Okay.
A bite of it.
So, hello, Matthew, Chris, Luke, Sang, Luke. Luke says we're in the presence of a world record holder. Matthew says, damn, no mercy with the points. We're trying to find out how to turn that point shit off so people aren't just posting unnecessarily and jamming up the comments with this damn point shit. But apparently I got to go into my YouTube setup, not my OBS setup, to get rid of that shit.
That's right, because all of our listeners have a crown.
That's
all
right.
Of them.
All of y'all are crowned. 1 for 2s. Hiya. Matthew,
Hiya.
did anything MR2 related even happen this week? Man, lots of shit. All the way back from, so last weekend was,
I think that's his sarcasmics.
was World Cup Finals with Brandon Scott, Sean Robinson, and Kyle Wade. Was there anything that happened before that? Because it's been 2 weeks. Trying to think if we had done anything that we had needed to cover before World Cup Finals had started.
We did the Miata thing.
But we'd had a podcast since then, so I'm sure we went over that. Our Miata Dyno Day.
Yeah, we did do the Miata Dyno Day, but we also had that Miata event where we Magic City Octane.
Oh, yep. So we had, so we had all that since then, but we went over that.
So we talk about the Miata because we're all things Hux Racing.
That's right.
We have a Miata, so there it is.
So we talked Miata shit. Oh, when I went to Airgas today to swap the welding bottle, the Airgas guy knows about the MR2 stuff, but he mistakenly said, how's the Miata
All
stuff?
right, y'all, stop.
I'm going to have to shut comments off if we're just going to keep one word posting
Stop.
this shit and wasting the comment activity. It kind of makes the podcast unfun when that shit's going on.
Just please stop.
So Joe says no points fun. Congrats on the MR2. Yeah, because this one word commenting stuff and me trying to read comments to make the show go on just makes it pretty shitty. So Matthew says Miata content, I'm out. Yeah, or Chris says Miata
Chris.
content. But so I go there to the Airgas place. I go to get a bottle swapped, and the guy asked me how the Miata stuff is going. I said, well, you mean MR2 stuff, but we have a Miata as well. And I always end up swapping Miata with MR2 anyways, the opposite way. But that was pretty cool, and I told him we also did Miata stuff. We actually typically do more Miata driving than anything else.
Well, that's because all our friends are up north.
Yeah, there's actually, because there's way more Miata stuff around.
North and west.
Around here.
Let me get that straight.
But, so that part went on.
And east.
Shit. And then, so World Cup Finals was last weekend. The actual finals part of it got rained out on Sunday, but they had qualifying Thursday, Friday, some elimination Saturday. Congrats to Brandon Scott for resetting resetting his record to a 788 at, I think it was 185 mile an hour, 187, somewhere in there. So he's the quickest 3S on U.S. soil. He just barely missed out on the world record for a 3S MR2s. I think it was 782, 783 for Nathan Freak. So Nathan is just barely nudging out Brandon. And then Sean Robinson with the Frog with the K Series. He ran in stick shift class at World Cup finals, and he quickened his record and speed to 720 something at 207 mile an hour. So really burying the all around. The no micro record. The all around MR2 record is in the 7.2s at 207. So that's just insane. I think as quick as ET last year was 202. So from 202 to 207 is a pretty damn huge leap. Matthew says the amount of winter driven Miatas in New York is crazy. I can't believe they would. I would assume they're slowly dying off the more winter driving they do in a Miata. And Joe says a lot more Miatas in the world than yes, there is way more Miatas in the world than MR2s. Definitely a good group to be in for group activities. Yeah, and we have a good time every time we go out. I know. Is it this coming weekend that Quentin's doing the drive up north of us?
Yeah, we got a drive up north that we're going to. It's around Birmingham. I didn't know Birmingham had back roads, but I guess they do.
You got to go north. You got to go north of it.
You got to go way north. But you would be amazed, especially in Alabama. So, like, there was somebody the other day posted, how do you store your Miata for the winter? And everybody was like, we don't. We don't store them. But they're fun to drive and, fun to ride in during the winter. You just crank up the heat, let the top down, and boogity.
Yep.
That's what we do. Everybody looks at us like we got 3 heads, but it's fun.
Let's see. Right down here. That boy needs a ride height sensor to control that moon launch. Yeah, I think Brandon just got a little greedy on the...
he was trying to send it.
Yeah, he got a little greedy on the application of power and ended up bouncing it. I seen the log. I think that was all first gear, so it lifted him first, and then he nailed it when it sat back down, and then it just went to the moon. So, yeah, he definitely needs to work on that. It's Turbo Time says, hello, everyone. That's Anthony.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Let's see. Sang. And then we won't hear from him again till next World Cup final. He's talking about Sean Robinson. So Sean Robinson buried the record last year at World Cup finals with his 7.3 at 202 and then disappeared from anything MR2 drag racing related, did a pile of changes, reappeared, and ended up in a matter of passes, going even quicker with even crazier mile an hour, running in the most difficult class that any MR2 out there competing can run in. The stick shift guys, I think the quickest is that guy with the Nate Coleman. It's like 640, 650s in a pickup truck, LS based pickup truck, but that's just damn insane. Millennium JDMR2 says, congrats on the record break. I don't think anyone inside the circle doubted it. Thank you. Oh, and I forgot to mention this comment up here. He said both in the 7s this year. Anthony. Luke. He says that's both the fastest going into the 7s this year. So, yeah, so 2025, Nathan and Brandon Scott both got their 3S combinations on cast blocks into the 7s this year, which is super cool. Let's see. Luke says, our season is dead. Weather is proper frosty now. No more running for Nathan this year. Yeah, Nathan is already stored. And I think I can't remember. They had another late season test day. And I don't know if something happened to his car or they got rained out. I think they got rained out. He just didn't get any passes in. Matthew was 45 and no wind up here. I was going to try to drive today. Car couldn't even get to operating temp. Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Luke says, I used to drive mine year-round. The heater is crazy good, Floods were about the only thing it couldn't handle. MR2 Joe says, rest in peace, Luke. All your driving in Cali land. Anthony, all the boost. And Luke says, Joe, still driving mine. Just the only strip in the country is closed. Yeah, they got one good drag strip there in the UK, and that one tends to be closed. Now, don't you guys have like the channel or something that you can drive across the water, or under the water, or like they travel you on like a train or some shit? And can't you get to the mainland? And is there any tracks over there?
Really?
Yeah.
A channel?
Yeah, it's like an underwater train that goes underneath the ocean there over to the mainland. I'm pretty damn sure Luke's going to correct me. Luke's going to correct me on this shit.
I want to go.
You want to go for that shit? That would be scary as shit. Go underneath the damn water.
I know, right?
He says, still driving mine on cat. Just the only strip of country because Matthew, almost every video clip I saw from the event were MR2. Yeah, MR2 doing crazy shit. Luke says he broke an axle and then the rain came. Okay, that makes sense. And Joe says, poor Kyle at World Cup Finals. He made too many changes and was struggling to qualify this year. Yeah, I don't think I ever seen Kyle get a qualifying pass. It looked like every time he staged, he would do a burnout and then would go to line up and then it wouldn't go in gear or something. I think they pushed him back every damn time. He says there is a train for cars to France, takes 30 minutes. And it goes underneath the water, correct, Luke?
I bet that's an expensive 30 minutes.
Matthew says the quick brake to his blow-off valve or something broke, so he was stuck at like 15 pounds, he said in his video.
Aww.
Oh, I see. And then Joe says, that's a little scary, LOL. Yeah, I thought they had some like train thing where they would load the cars on it and then it would train them to the other side and they would get their car and go do some stuff. Is Zeusy being a good baby?
He is just watching you.
He's watching me talk with my hands during the podcast?
He's usually in your lap.
Okay, he says the Eurotunnel. The best thing ever, off the train and straight onto the motorway. Damn, that is cool.
Oh, okay.
And Bob Pham says, shit.
Bob Pham.
I'm late. We just got done talking World Cup Finals content. Bob says he's going to be at MR2's on the Dragon 2026. That's super cool. All right, Bob, are you planning to hook up the vehicle and the multi-car trailer and bring multi-cars out, or are you just going to drive a single MR2 out? What's the...
Are you towing, flying, driving?
Yep, towing, flying, driving. How's what's the plan looking like to come on out? And Joe says, wow, someone else from California. Welcome, Bob.
Oh, we love Bob Pham. We do. We absolutely adore Bob. 808.
Get a bite of my sandwich.
Eric's still eating his dinner.
Yeah. Minivan. Okay.
Oh, okay. So are you gonna vendor and sponsor and have some merchandise there, or what are you gonna do?
Matthew said man van for the win. Bob said love you guys too.
That was a deep drink right
I know.
there. I heard it.
So while Bob is coming right with his answer, he says laugh until maybe a trailer, a car. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he's not sure yet. He might bring a car. Laugh out loud. He might bring a car, maybe a trailer. He might just van out there. Hey, I didn't have an MR2 last year. I just went and damn hung out. That was all I needed to do. They did their scenic drive. We went and did some shit. Meet them at the eat place. Yeah, sponsor merch, whatever you need, I got you. Sweet. That's cool. I need to get down here. I added a whole bunch of pics to the show stuff. Now I need to figure out what I want to talk about.
I'm actually glad that Bob came on here because I was going to, once you got through talking, I was going to actually
give some updates, babe.
Tell everybody that Bob Pham of 808 is going to be at MR2's on the Dragon at Vendor Alley. Everybody, make sure You bring your credit cards,
Bring-
your bank cards, your cash.
Bring
You know,
a couple bands.
we're not sure how the Wi-Fi is going to be, so in case, make sure you bring plenty of cash for all the vendors or whatever you might be wanting for your MR2.
Zach is Jaded. Okay, did Zach change his screen name? Because that was the Emerald Jade or whatever was up there. Okay.
Yeah, it was. Because it's the same picture.
Yeah, it says, "What's up with that weird shifter thingy?" We're gonna get to all that. I got pictures of that in the mechanism in my images here for the show.
This might be a long hour.
I'm not sure if it's long, but I got a lot of wind to exhale.
Might be a over hour.
Matthew says, "Bring a set of coilovers. It might be a buyer cough." Chris, Eric wants to talk about cheesecake. Called it. I can't find the block button on here. Matthew says, with ranch and pickle juice.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, sir.
Ew. That even grossed me out.
I know, pickle juice. Relish. I like relish on my ranch, on my cheesecake. Nasty. Okay, so when did we decide? Because my car was not. We've been car showing. So we did the 3 car shows. We did a car show at Talladega. Everybody knows my shit. I build my stuff to be pretty because it's like an example of our work, so we like to display it. We did the car show on Talladega. We won the Celebrity Choice Award.
Which was Adam Carolla.
Yeah, the Adam Carolla Celebrity Choice Award. And then after that, we did Bear Mountain, where we won the Best Modified SW20. And then, what was the next car show that we
Barbers.
did? So then we did the Haggerty car show at Barbers. It wasn't a very big attendance, but I won Best Race Car. I'm not sure how many race cars were out there, but they considered mine, skinny front tires, they considered mine a race car. So I won Best Race Car at that car show. So at that point, I thought, okay, I got 3 shows, 3 top awards, good. I'm done. Everybody's like, I got plenty of pretty pictures of the car. Everybody knows what the car looks like. At this point, now I need to get drag racing. But I'm always bogged down in product and meeting deadlines and making promises and trying to get people's stuff shipped when they needed it. Because inevitably, it says on the website, all orders are minimum 2 to 3 weeks. Somebody will place an order. 2 days later, they email saying they don't see any movement. Can they get an update on shipping? Because they read everything else on the website, but never the 2 to 3 weeks, knowing that we're one person in the shop, one person in the office kind of business, and we do as much as we can, as fast as we can.
Yeah. If you read, you'll know how long the turnaround time is.
Yeah. Let's see. Zach says, yes, I did change it. Difficult reading the old name, LOL. Bob. Show awards done. Now it's time to race. Yes, exactly. So, we have an awesome local track. So all my last stuff that you've seen with the K-Series, other than when we went out to Texas and ran out there, everything's been at Montgomery Motorsports. The track is awesome. The prep is always awesome. The people there are awesome. But November, December, end of year, it is like bracket fucking racing season.
All the time.
Every weekend. No test dates. So, and we're talking like they do these 4-day bracket series, and they pack the place out with just like nobody's in the stands because nobody goes to spectate bracket racing. But the racers will be like, the place is filled out with racers. But they're winning like $40,000 a night, $50,000. Multi-weekend stuff's like $100,000 to win. So there's like all kinds of bracket race money all November going into December. I wanted to get to the track. Like nothing was damn open. So a buddy of mine, Patrick, who runs a Fox Body, he went down to Silver Dollar Motorsports the week earlier. And he said there was probably only 20 cars there. The track was great. Everything was awesome. But I was like, man, that's 2.5 hours south of us. And I'm looking at the weather. It looks good, but they typically run a Sunday fun day from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So it's 4 hours of track time on Sunday, but they never post until Thursday that they're going to have an event on Sunday, or like track time on Sunday. So we did not, I was starting to get ready on Wednesday. I was already like putting my updated harness, pulling the passenger seat, thinking about working on the shift box, because at that time I got the dog box. My hybrid racing shifter has no lockouts. I sold my previous lockout setup that I had on the hybrid, the 1.2. But with my current gearing and stuff, I need to have 5 gears. So I knew I needed to build another shift box. I had an old K-tuned knockoff box that was like partially disassembled on the shelf. So I knew I could take that and steal the ball socket mechanism out of it, but build everything around it to make an MR2 base shifter. And once we saw that they made a post on Thursday that said that they were going to have track time on Sunday, it was on. I pretty much, I got by Friday night, I had like a regular shifter, but 0 lockouts. I spent Saturday getting the lockouts portion. Like, I pretty much thought it up, prototyped it, did no drawing, sketched it on napkins, this is what it needs to be, test a little piece, draw something on a marker with aluminum, mill a little bit off, test it. So I did all the lockout mechanism design and machining on Saturday. So I think by 10 o'clock Saturday night, I had a car that I felt good enough to take to the track. It's the exact same car that everybody saw at Bear Mountain. Other than pulling the carpets out of both sides and pulling the passenger seat out, it's nothing else. And the new shift box, everything else is still the same. It's the same shit I dynoed on. No difference. Go ahead.
So Matthew said in the videos the track looked empty. I don't think there was any 2 cars that ran against each other.
They were only running 1 lane.
Yeah.
So I think it was just testing. They were only worrying about there probably wasn't 20 cars there. And the track was amazing. It was super long, plenty of shutdown. It wasn't bumpy. I swear Montgomery has a bump towards the end. I don't remember any bumps out there. Like, the track was super smooth. It's not as wide as Montgomery, but we ain't got to worry about that shit. The same thing that Patrick told us. He said there's probably 20 cars when he was there. There probably couldn't have been 20. They ran everybody down the left lane. I think the idea was that if somebody broke or oiled down, move them bitches to the other side.
I'd be surprised if there was 15 running.
Yeah.
But tell them who was there.
Okay. Let me read these comments. And then, so this is all just, we did not, my car was not ready to take to the drag strip as of Wednesday. By Saturday night, I had done what I needed to do to make it feel safe for me to go down track. Because at this point, I think the max speed we've gone in the car was like 80 mile an hour. I've never like drag raced it anywhere. I haven't even street driven. I took it to the shows. We displayed it. I haven't bothered to drive it. I've been doing all this E85 pump gas, all this tuning stuff, where I've been showing all my dyno and tuning results, what I've been getting, but I just never had time to drive this car anywhere. Let me read this. See videos. Yeah, Matt says in the videos the track looked empty. It was empty, and the awesome part was they sent everybody down the left lane, and that
was a great staff out there.
The people there were super friendly.
Yes.
Let's see.
We love that track.
Joe says the car sounded insane in that video. Absolutely loved it. Matthew, how many of the Go Fast track guys messaged you about the shifter?
He's had a few.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going in my head. Okay. Of the top of, if you could create top lists of the people who aren't running a sequential trans, all of them. so every guy on an SQS box that's up in the number 1 or number 2 spot has contacted me about building them that shift box. Let's see. Zach says, is the fastest SW20 K-swap. There's like 100 records broken that week, and I'm confused. Yes. So I consider like the fastest 3S in America, the fastest 2GR all motor. This is all like micro record shit. The absolute fastest MR2 in the world, front engine, rear, posting up times. I would bet that Falkenberg with his no prep tube chassis car would put up a fight against these guys. But so the fastest like actual like stock chassis MR2 no micro record is Sean Robinson with the 7.2 at 207 K-swapped. K-swap sequential trans, that is the fastest in the world. Second, Kyle Wade. Third, Nathan Freak. Brandon Scott, and then Josh Ekavara. So that is your top 5 fastest MR2 in the world, period. So it goes KK, 3S, 3S, K.
So is Sean Robinson's Instagram, is that the one that's SR underscore Robinson?
It's like SR underscore 71 or something like that.
I'm not seeing that.
It's like SR underscore, yeah, right there. Bob Fan put it. SR underscore ZR1.
Okay,
That's it.
ZR1.
Yeah, ZR1.
That's what it is.
That's him.
Okay.
So I think these dudes race snowmobile. They remind me of Teddy Giannetti.
He's actually AWN.
Yeah.
SHAWN Robinson.
Yeah. So snowmobiles in the winter, MR2s in the summer. Let's go up here. Yeah, Zach asked about that. Sean is the frog. Yeah, Sean is the frog. Is Insta SR? Yep, that's correct. And Bob Fam says 2-3S. Let's fucking go. So yeah, so it's KK, 3S, K. But in Josh Ekavara's defense, that shit was damn 3-4 years ago. His 790 was way back, and like that car was like the most streetest of all of these cars, period. This dude went 7s in a damn absolute street car H pattern. Hey, Zeus. Aww. Yeah. Bob said fast toys too. And Joe says, MR2's getting fast. Yeah. So that's how our prep went up to Saturday. So Sunday morning, got up, put the car on the trailer. The track we're going to is a Eastern time zone, so we lose an hour traveling over there, so we have to leave early, so we have to leave 3.5 hours before their start time because we're losing an hour in the time zone. But uneventful travel there. Pull in. I see. There's a line of shit. At that time, there probably wasn't about 6 or 7 racers there with trailers and stuff. I pull in. I ask the group, so like, how did they? Because everybody's kind of parked willy nilly all over the place there at that point.
Was everywhere.
So I said, "How do we park here?" He's like, "Well, you could just park right here beside me." I was like, "Done." So I pulled in there, and the moment I pulled and looked in my rearview mirror, I was like, "Son of a bitch, is that blasphemy?" And blasphemy is Mike Finnegan, YouTuber. He was at not World Cup Finals, but he does a lot of the drag and drive stuff. Let me find my pick here. I know I put a pick on here.
You better did.
Did I not grab a pic of that car?
I haven't seen one that you sent me. No.
Hold on. Image. Okay, I'm about to go browse to see if I can find this.
There was a couple of YouTubers there.
Send the pics to me right now, and I can add them to the. So Blasphemy is a Hemi powered. Oh, is it 56 Chevy Messenger? Like send it to me in your Messenger, and then I can pull it up on this computer.
Okay.
But it's a 50-something Chevy, but with a Dodge Hemi in it. It says Blasphemy, but it was Mike Finnegan and Peter Harrell, the guy who tunes for Cletus and tunes for Mike Finnegan, obviously, and tunes for a lot of YouTuber guys. But I was like, holy shit, because I saw Finnegan getting in the car ready to make a pass, and then they go out there and make a pass, and after they made the pass, I see the other guy, Pete Harrell walking back. I said, holy shit, that's Pete Harrell. Like, I can't believe, and I asked them, Finnegan says they're 3 hours from that track, but they had to get a test and tune in also. So I was like, holy fuck.
Eric was fanboying.
I was fanboying. I was like, I can't believe these dudes are here.
He was so fanboying.
Okay.
Okay, I sent you one, and I'm gonna send you this one. Okay, I sent you two.
Okay, now give me a second, guys. I'm about to load up some pics right here.
Let's see. Let me go back into
the
Hucks Racing thing while you're doing that.
I grab this image.
So
save.
All right. MR2 Joe said MR2s are getting fast. Bob said way too fast. Zach is jaded. It'll be a weird day when a 2GR cracks that top 5 list.
Yeah.
MR2 Joe said, yeah, it will. I wonder if it'll make it up there. Zach said, I don't know if it's an if, more like when. Everything's possible. Sang said maybe now with Hucks and TCS consistently hitting the strip, it'll spark some more interest in the 2GR guys. I'm telling you, the 2GR is really getting popular, especially with all the stuff that Eric's been building and all the stuff he's been posting. He's gotten a lot of messages.
Oh, look, Cedric Fazina. Hey, what's up, Cedric?
Oh, my God.
So, here in this image, this is blasphemy. If you look up Finnegan's Garage, I think it is, or Finnegan on YouTube, this is that car. I mean, I guarantee he has millions of viewers. But I was surprised as hell when we pulled in. Like I said, I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and I see that car like that behind us. I'm like, holy shit. Let me grab this other image. Image. Okay. Browse.
Ouch.
Okay.
My foot slipped.
Okay. And so there's them. So that's hold on. Check this out. Look what I got today. Where did it go? Where's my pointer at?
I don't know. I'm trying to find my comment. And if everybody would please hit that thumbs up on the podcast.
Hey, I'm calling bullshit. My pointer's not working.
I'm seeing 3 thumbs up, in which is one is me. So if you could please hit that thumbs up.
Okay, so that's Finnegan on the right. That's Peter Harrell on the left, the guy who tunes for Cletus also. And I don't know, the guy in the middle, the guy filming. But these like they're real good at doing stuff, guy. Peter Harrell, I watch his stuff occasionally. I really don't watch Finnegan stuff much. I more watch, like, I guess one of these last Dragon Drive stuff. Jimmy Dale drove the Ratson, or the Russon, or whatever the hell it was called. Rotson, the 260 or 240Z Rotson, and which is one of Finnegan's cars, which I thought was pretty cool. But I was just surprised that there were two pretty big YouTube channel guys out there filming stuff.
Damn, we went from 3 thumbs up to 9.
Nice. Let's see. Let me read these comments. Maybe now with Hucks and TCS constantly hitting the strip, it'll spark more interest. Maybe it'll spark more interest, but it seems like the vast majority of people looking to do the 2GR swaps is not people looking to do anything more than have an MR2 commuter. Now, there's a lot of people trying to push the superiority of the 2GR over other platforms because of, guys posting dyno charts and saying, hey, they can do this. But up until this point, but the dyno stuff is not matching real world results, and that's what we're trying to straighten out. What's up?
I know I'm going to skip some people, but Chris said, Eric getting the pointer out, class is in session.
Well, the pointer is not damn. See how it's not working right here?
It's so perfect.
Okay, see how my fucking pointer's not working? Why is this fucking thing not working?
I don't know. It looks like a barbershop thing. It's just not red and white.
I'm about to remove it. Are you sure you want to remove? Yes. Okay. Now, excuse me for a second while I go and find this fucking pointer.
Baby, look.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to. Y'all gotta give me a moment.
Baby.
Hold on. Oh.
My microphone cable was stuck in my dog's legs.
Okay, there's that fucking thing. Watch this. Right click. Copy.
What are you trying to get?
Trying to get my pointer back.
Oh, okay.
Right here. Here. Paste. There. Bam. Peter
This
Harrell.
guy.
Mike Finnegan.
This guy.
I'm not sure why it disappeared though. So that was, we get to the track. Those guys are there. That was super cool. We're parked right next to a turbo B series Honda Civic, and there was another all motor RSX. So I didn't get to see at the end how fast the turbo B series guy was going, but the all motor RSX guy was running 12s. Joe says that car looks sweet. Zach says I'm seeing consistent stock block turbo being in the 600. Okay, yeah. So they E85. They obviously TCS ATS builds these cars. Let me back up here with Matthew. As of right now, what's the highest horsepower 2GR? Brian broke 1,000 wheel, I think. Did Brian get up near 1,000 wheel? He's up there, 900 and something. Brian Hodges.
Oh.
So Brian Hodges with his turbo build, pistons, rods, built setup, big turbo, custom manifolds, all that shit. I believe he was 900 and something. Renee says, "Hey Cedric, so good to have you here." Joe, that car looks sweet. Zach, I'm seeing consistent stock block turbo 2GR being in 600. Yes, so from my understanding, they can make 700 on E85 with stock block stuff. They don't like to deliver them on that power level because they're closer to damaging. I think they have issues with the pistons. The pistons are the rods, but they don't like to deliver at that, so they'll put them in the low 600s and deliver them to customers making 600s on E, and I think it's 5 something on pump gas. Chris says, Eric getting the pointer out class in session. Zach, I love how I hate on Pure so much, but I get visibly upset seeing a Chevy V8 swap Datsun knowing well how common swap it was. Yeah, so yeah, that shit was a super common swap back in the days, a damn small block Chevy in a Z. Chris says, no pointer, now I want a refund. I got the pointer. I'm taking the refund. I'm taking that fucking refund back. Joe, hello, Zach. That's funny. Cedric, if my Beams red top died, is 2GR stock for me. I'd be very happy with that. I'm not quarter mile crazy. Zach, the screen share during meetings is the best part.
That's Sang, not Zach.
Oh, Sang. Sorry. The screen share during meetings is the best part. Seeing what cursor style everyone uses is interesting. Yeah, this isn't even a cursor. This is just a damn, in text, I use the... whatever this
I want a
sideways
cursor that looks like a 10 millimeter socket.
I use a greater than, lesser than. Matthew says Brian was 1049 or something close to that. Yeah, I can't even. I'm pretty sure if you go to the Hux Racing, huxracing.com, at the top it says records. Click on there. There's the current turbo quickest list for 2GR and the all motor list for 2GR. The all motor list is not up to date. I hadn't put my time on there at number 1, and I hadn't. Goodwill Theodore, I think, is currently on an 11.8 on there, but his fastest is an 11.7. So Lowndes is still the quickest within 11.63. Ron Paul Vip 09 says, love seeing all the MR2s drag racing lately. Good motivation for me to get my MR2s out there.
I think he's a new listener.
Yeah.
I just started following him.
Sweet. So that was it. We show up there. That car's there. We unload the car. I fill out that mile-ass long tech sheet.
My God, that was a big tech sheet.
I didn't have to check all the tech. No, it wasn't the tech stuff but it was like your email address, your home address, and it was like they asked for everything but my damn social security number. in that thing.
Like the government.
Yeah, phone number, contact, all that shit. Filled all the tech support stuff. Go there. They don't look at nothing. They're just like, yeah, cool. Sign it right here. Take the paper. Write a number on there. Do you want your time on the board? Please do. You know, I would prefer it. They put a number on the car. Put FT for full tree, and that the or full time or whatever. NT would be no time. I guess FT. I don't know the fuck FT. But so got all that. Get out there. Shit, I think other than like check air pressure, I checked air pressure in the car. We let the car warm up. Went out there. I did a burnout. I didn't get any tire smoke. I come to realize at this point that I would burn out the K at 80-something 100 RPM in a second, and I would get tire smoke quickly. The 2GR at 70-something 100 RPM does not light the tires off, even though there's more weight on the tires. I think I'm going to have to do a third gear burnout from this day forward to try to get tire smoke. Burnout, staged up. I think I passed out after I launched, and I woke up in third gear because I haven't been to the drag strip in 3 years. I was like, holy shit, what just happened? I'm going down the drag strip. So
Eric was so nervous, and he had his adrenaline going. So he was forgetting to get his logging in. He was forgetting to get his lockouts triggered.
Well, I did the lockouts on the first run. I remembered to put it in first, release the lockout, have my lockouts. I forgot to start my damn data log because the very first thing I wanted to check was what my oil pressure looked like on launch and going down track. Didn't get a log of that. So I was like, okay, but we'll get back. Car is spin city in first gear, you know, bog, you got, and then it just like spins and goes a little crooked.
Oh, it went totally crooked.
Went a little crooked in first, straightened out, grabbed second, third, fourth, hit, and out the whole time, not the whole time, but on dyno, I know like right 120, low 120s. I'm at it. Fourth gear is topped out in the low 120s. So the whole time I'm in fourth gear before the 8th mile mark. So the whole time I'm riding out fourth gear, I'm like, hit the limiter. Because I knew if the car ran into the limiter in fourth gear, that was going to be in the 120s in a fast pass. So it did. It went, and I just held it and just let it stutter right on through the traps. Come back around. I'd never been down this track before. I'm like, where's the fucking shutoff? I'm probably still going 50 when the first turnoff goes by. Like, fuck. I guess I'm going down to the end. So I go on down to the end, come back, get the time slip, pull it out. I'm like, holy shit. 11:62 at 122. I'm like, damn. And I'm thinking, I know the record's in 11:6. 11:6 what? I don't know. So the whole time on the way back to the trailer, I'm wondering, fuck, did I get it? Did I get it on my very first attempt? I was like, this, maybe I did.
I'd already searched it. I knew we did.
So I get down there, I get my phone out, I go to my website, I pull it up. Lounce ran an 11:63 at 123 or 122 points. Like he had me on like a fraction of a mile an hour. So, I had the ET. So his was 11:63. I just went 11:62 on my very first attempt. I was like, fucking nailed it on the first try. I was like, and the damn thing just bogged. So was super happy about it. Didn't check the air, nothing. Looked at the car over. I had a little bit of oil on the, I guess you would call that the left valve cover. Realized the M10 in the middle of the valve cover was loose with a little gasket. Tighten that down, wipe the oil. Everything else looks solid. Brought it back around for the second pass. The second pass, still no burnout no smoke on the burnout. Still lined up. This time I remembered my shift lock. I remembered my logging. Go down again. This time I tried to shift fifth, but I go back and I look at my log, and I shifted fifth at 11.2 seconds into the run, and the run was done at an 11.4. So I pretty much just wasted the effort trying to shift to fifth. I actually trapped less. I went 11.4 at 120, trying to shift to fifth gear, and ended up just slowing that pass down. But like I said, come back around to the timer. No idea how I ran. Got to slip. Well, shit. An 11.4. Brought it down another 0.2. I was happy about that. Get to the truck. Look the car over. Everything's fine. I forgot to mention. I have a brace that's on the shift rod to prevent the shift rod from getting bent from overthrowing overthrowing the back and the forward throws. Whatever I got going on with it, it was after every run, it would shift fine all the way down track. But once I put my lockout back up and out of the way, the side-to-side action was stiff as hell. I was like, damn, my fucking shift rod brace. What's wrong?
Your comments are building up.
I know. I'm going to come to that because they're going to interrupt my story time. So I know my shift locks, not my shift lock, but my shift cable, my shift rod brace is getting into a bind somehow after each pass. So I just essentially backed that thing off. And other than that, everything was fine. Pulled up my log. Oil pressure is dead solid. You know, when I did this whole stand the engine up thing, I had all these, Discord mechanics telling me that my damn, I was going to have oil pressure issues and the cylinder heads are not going to drain, even though both cylinder heads have the exact same drain backs in them, regardless of the engine angle. So, looked at the log. I'm pulling 2 Gs on the launch with a pretty crappy 1.6 60 foot. No oil pressure drops ever. I'm damn 90 something PSI down track. No oil log. So at that point, I was like, I ignored that. Aired the tires down. Go back out for the third pass. Waiting for Renee to return. So.
I'm right here.
Oh. What you doing over there? Oh. What are you doing with him?
He is so relaxed.
The dog is relaxed. So go out there for the third pass. Once again, this time the car went, I'm just out there by myself doing the burnout. This time the car went sideways on the burnout, so I had to cut the burnout short. Once again, no smoke. Line up, launch out. Another 1.6 60 foot, which is horrible for, the car's typically in the 1.5s, 1.4s. So 1.6s on a bog isn't bad, but it's not great. Car goes down track, everything's just fine. This time I just leave it in fourth, and I just ride the limiter right through the lights. 11:32 on that pass at 123s, and I didn't know that. Come back around to the tower, get my time slip. I'm like, shit, I took it down another 10th, and I'm doing no changes other than like getting used to my car driving. What you got going? Like the comments, picks don't match.
The picks don't match.
You need hit reset. Does everybody else see the Silver Dollar Motorsports Park pick on their screen? Because Renee's looking at a blasphemy pick on her screen.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, it's updated.
Okay.
So, so Joe says MR2 needs more, or fourth gear needs more preamp. Yes. So on that pass, I decided I'm not going to shift fourth. I'm not making any tune changes. All I'm trying to do is, really I just want the car to leave better. But
you skipped a lot of comments.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to the comments before I get back to the actual break. So come back around 11.3. I'm like, fuck, 11.3. I'm like, happy as hell. So I got the mile an hour and the ET at that point. Super happy. This time I decided to take air out of the tires. But before I go any further, let me read these comments. Joe says, I haven't seen Ryan either. Welcome. Long-time follower, first time joining live. Joe, that's awesome. Joe, do you have First Run's video?
They're on Hux Racing.
I shared the video. It was just me and Renee. What we just showed you is what we got. When we go,
I missed the third run.
So when we go back to Montgomery, we'll have all our friends and everybody with us. Renee was having to be with me at the car, run back over to the fence with the film. they're like they have a lot of grass area between the gates or the fence line and the spectators and then the track. Unlike Montgomery, where like I got the Silver Dollar Motorsports Park picked up. You see all that dirt and rocks and shit there. You don't, I guess they do that so people don't stand up against the wall, maybe? I don't know. But at Montgomery...
I don't know, but it's good.
Yeah, at Montgomery, you can line up against the wall and get super close for the photos and the videos and stuff. Not here at this track. You'd actually have to...
At Montgomery, you've got everybody gathered around at the starting point. They're smoking blunts. They're passing dollars. They're betting. They're doing this. They're doing that. And the whole entire starting point is just full of people, which is annoying.
Yeah. But let me finish reading these. Do you have first? No. So we went to the track thinking all we were going to do was get some initial tests in, see how solid the car was. This was a brand new. Okay.
You went there thinking that. I knew you was gonna send it.
So new 2GR build, new harness, new ECU, new front suspension, new cross member,
clutch,
new clutch, flywheel. I had a Clutch Masters build me a cover plate with a soft spring. Everything is damn new. I had no idea. Because I had a soft clutch built for the K because it was going to have a lot of RPM, not a lot of torque. So I was like, man, I sure hope this clutch holds. Apparently it did because of the damn broken axle. But I wasn't sure how the clutch itself was going to do. It was a whole lot of, testing brand new stuff. So to go there and every pass, like I ran 3 passes, every one of them a record. We were ecstatic. Every pass faster, making no changes other than me just getting used to driving the car again because I haven't been down the drag strip in 3 years. It was we couldn't have been more. And then, the axle broke. They still had another hour of track time. I was like, I have no intent. I brought axles, but I was like, shit.
That would have been a push.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to run myself ragged to swap an axle. I'm already hungry as shit. I'm satisfied with where the car is now. I realize I have so many changes to make. The car could do so much better if I just get these changes done to us. Like, we're good. I'll set an 11.3 for weeks, a month. Somebody else can try to top that. Whatever they top, we'll smash it. Let's see. Read these. Bob says, yeah, we need more vids. You did a short vid of me. You did a video of when I was heading to Tech.
Yeah.
But it was short. I wish it was longer because the car sounded so good driving away in the distance. But,
sorry.
No, I mean, it's short, but I was like, man, I need to actually.
I'm not a videographer. I'm not a photographer. So, I just do what I got and hope that it's enough.
Joe says, so fourth needs more RPM. Yes. I have gear detection, which the ECU displays what gear I'm in versus, gear ratio versus wheel speed. So it knows what gear I'm in. I need to set up a RPM limit in fourth gear that's higher than the other gears so I can just drag fourth gear out. At this point, I'm feeling that until I get flat shifting sorted, it's not going to be an advantage to shift to fifth yet. So Anthony says, sounds like you need to raise the rev limiter. I do, but not in every gear. I just need to I need to shift at 7,800 in every gear. That was another issue. My Fuel Tech display is in the center. It's yellow. The sun, this track faces like due east, sun setting in the west. The sun, and it's late in the evening. You can see all the glare in the pictures and stuff and even in the video, but the sun is shining in my back window and my side window. I didn't realize until my third run why I was just killing the limiter on every shift was because the sunlight was totally washing out the Fuel Tech display, and I could not make out the screen turning yellow. I actually should have, I've got the dash right in front of the steering wheel, and I should have just set that up with a big tack on it to read it there and just watch the tack instead of waiting to see a shift light. But I was essentially like, shift, And everybody who drag races knows that running into the rev limiter is slow. Chris says, we do. Okay, they're talking about the screen. Matthew says, OEM axles are the TCS ones you put in at Nationals. At Nationals, I only put in... I didn't use any TCS axles till I got back here at home. So I have TCS axles in it. But I'm about to show you guys in the images what happened and the reason I broke the axle. Sank says, so do another OEM style axle. Are you looking to solve the bearing issue to use a DSS and Wilhelm hub? Yes. If anybody can find a 33 spline 4-bolt bearing carrier, because every damn 33 spline bearing carrier I find is a 3-bolt. And obviously I can modify them for a 3-bolt, but I would love to find a 4-bolt bearing carrier for a 33 spline. Because all like the rock crawler guys use them. I think they're in Corvettes. They're in some Dodges. This 33 spline thing is not uncommon. It's just finding something with a flange that's similar to what Wilhelm uses in the knuckles is the issue. I mean, I might end up having just to remake the whole outer knuckle part just so I can run a Corvette hub. Well, I want to run a 5-on-4.5, so it wouldn't be a Corvette hub, but it would be something similar. But so I can use an off-the-shelf wheel bearing cartridge with my current setup. Matthew, that's one thing I don't like. My car is too damn quiet. Joe, a whole saw can fix that. Matt and Zach says I might be slow, but it sounds cool as fuck. Now, let's get to my fourth pass when I broke the damn axle. Oh, she's handing me Zeus. Hold on here. Come here, doggy. Was he wanting to be with me?
He's wanting to be with Daddy.
Okay.
He just keeps watching you.
Now, I'm about to go through some of these images and clean up what I got here so I know what I'm dealing with. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. Okay, Zeus, chill, buddy. There's that one. Let me go down. So let's all start with watching. Let's see. So here is the. Well, before we get to that, I want to tell this story of Chris's box showing up. So Chris sent me his steering components to make him his power. Chris sent me his factory steering column and I guess it's a Prius power steering column, so I can put him together a power steering setup for his MR2. I hear the UPS guy rummaging through the back of his truck, and all of a sudden I hear, ah! and then he slides the box out, and then he sets it on the slab, and he's like, I'm not sure what happened here, but this thing just got me in the shin, and apparently part of his steering box, or the spline part of the column is sticking out of the box, and the UPS guy tried to pick it up by this one handle on the one side, and as he was carrying it, the handle ripped out of it, and then the column, the spline part, got him in the leg. So I then get the box, and I'm carrying it to the shop from the other side, and guess what happens to me? I tear the other side of the damn box. Right, look, let's see if my arrow's working. So right there, Chris's box, easy move. Apparently the handles just come right out of him if you try to carry that damn box by them damn handles.
Move easy.
Yep. So that was my quick story for Chris Bailey about, I told him I had a short quick story about the box he sent. So it impaled the UPS guy when the handle tore apart on one side, and then fell out of my hands completely when I tried to carry it from the other side. Chris says, dude, I need that box. Yeah, he said UPS driver catching strays from Chris. So Chris got my UPS driver. Now let me shut all these pics down. Now, this is broke axle. Okay, so let me show my video. These things aren't really in order. So, oops. There we go, people. I'm not sure if there's any sound to that, but there's me and my broken axle. Can I
turn
pause
sound
it?
up?
Can I pause it? Okay, there we go. So yeah, so I broke the axle on the driver's side. I'm not sure if I can turn the. I'm sure they can hear any sound, but
Can y'all hear the sound?
is there any sound? I mean, it's just me wiggling the damn axle. Clunk, 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 clunk. Broke that shit. Okay. Now, that is the damage. This, let me find my log. Broke axle. I got a data log here I want to share. Broke axle log. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys can make this out because it looks kind of fuzzy on my end. But we're going to grab my pointer. See this spike here. See the time frame at the bottom of the screen. This is 2.1 Gs of acceleration in 1/10 of a second. This here is my RPM trace. This is when the clutch gets let out, pulls it down, and then you see it goes right back to the limiter once the axle fails. Now, what the fuck is going on here? Well, I realize at this point that, hey, see this blue line here that I'm following? That is my two-step trace. My two-step was never engaged. So every track pass that day, I was launching at 8,200 RPM, thinking that I was launching at I thought the first one was like 5,000 RPM, and then my next one was 65. But at every pass, I was actually launching at 8,200 RPM and just knocking the tires off. What I didn't realize, well, actually, let's look at the other log. So that was the broke axle log. If I go back and look at, should be like log number 2. Run log number 2. Let me turn this other pick off. This is the log, I think this is the 11.4 pass. So this is a data log of the 11.4 pass. Let me grab it where I can grab my damn pointer, bring it to the forefront. Okay, here. This here spike at the beginning, that's my launch. So I pull 1.6 Gs. You can see the RPM. Pulls 1.6 Gs, pulls the RPM down to 6,000, and then it goes back into wheel spin. So I'm back on the limiter, and then down here where I finally grab the track, I grab 2.1 Gs again down here where I grabbed the track in first gear. So it once the car hooked, it just wrenched forward, and then I'm back on the limiter, shift into second. But apparently 1.6 Gs coming in about, what would that be? That would be about 3/10. 1.6 Gs in 3/10 of a second is far less violent and easier on the axle than 2.1 in 1/10 of a second. But like as you see here, I still pulled 2.1 Gs in first, down the track in first gear. I wish I could had a vertical to see the mile an hour, but probably at 20-something mile an hour, I pulled 2.1 Gs again once the tires hooked. That was an axle survival, but still, you can see first gear on the limiter. Starts to bite a little bit. Well, on the limiter for the launch, clutch dump. On the limiter, wheel speed starts to catch up, tires bite, and then I'm pulled back up to the limiter again. Then I shift right afterwards. Here again, you can see when I'm on the limiter preparing to launch, this blue trace here is my two-step on-off, never turns on. What I did not realize the whole time was in preparation for the track, I knew Dyno Run 75, which is how I label my tune files by the Dyno Run. I knew the tune file from Dyno Run 75 was 340 wheel horsepower at E85 to E90 content. I knew that's what that tune file was. So I loaded that tune file, but not realizing in the process of pulling up an old tune file that I had made some changes while on dyno because I thought I was activating my two-step accidentally. And let me see here. Okay. This is just another pic showing that blue line there that my finger's pointing at is the lack of two-step. I need to find... Yeah, I took a picture earlier when I was showing somebody else what was going on, trying to explain my log. But here is my inputs. See this input number 16 down here where it says none? Apparently, when I was doing all this tuning on the dyno and with my passenger seat and my carpet in, it makes the stage brake handle kind of sticky. And then, like, if you pull it back, it'll stay pulled back. You kind of push it forward because the seat's pinching it some. I went in the tune and just turned off the two-step so I would never accidentally be against it when I was doing all my tuning. Fucking forgot about that shit. Went to the track, launched every damn pass at 8,200 RPM, and did not realize till today that this right here was turned off. Because when I looked on the Fuel Tech's touchscreen display and I went to my inputs and I saw I had an open input. And I was thinking, every one of my inputs is populated. I shouldn't have an open input. And then I go, sure enough, I pull up an old tune, and input 16 is supposed to be my two-step. So the axle brake is entirely my fault. Had nothing to do with TCS axles or anything else. I was trying to launch a car on fresh prep at 8,200 damn RPM. Do I have any? So that's the inputs. And here's the time slips. I'm sure most everybody's seen the time slips. But the curious thing to notice is my 60 foot's like, other than here on this pass here, this 1.7, 1.6s, 1.6s, that for this car, that's horrible. I could do 1.6s on a damn 200 treadwear DOT. This is just on a little 225. This is pretty bad. And then I saw my eighth miles was like 750. So I was like, fuck. Like, this car's got more in it. But then I brought it down to a 7.3. And then, the 11.3. But this 123, I wish I had a data log of this damn run. I don't. But I felt like I was on the limiter a long fucking time on this pass. Just like hoping that the mile an hour is going to be better than the 122.7. And sure enough, it was. Gotta go back here. Holy shit, that's a lot of RPM off the line. Okay. Rest in peace, Home Depot box. LO, damn box got a double kill. It did get a double kill. Maggie said, it looks like a Home Depot box. They all feel like they are 20 years old and super dried out. Yeah, that one was definitely felt dried out. Matt says, I use them for taillights and they're always crunchy. Yes, sound. Luke says, yeah, sounds broke. We can hear. Holy shit, that's a lot of RPM off the line. Yes, considering I was launching the K at 8,500. The K was all inertia because it had no mass. It was all inertia. So you got to figure this V6 with the heavier rotating assembly was definitely more mass against the drivetrain. Matthew says, "Ooh, that's a crazy high launch. You're lucky it didn't do more damage." Yeah, it just sheared the axle. Andy says, "Lucky you didn't drop a valve free floating it off the limiter." I have been on the limiter a lot. I'm up to like 80 something dyno pulls, and I'm smacking the limiter every one of them. So I didn't think this was gonna hurt too bad. I wouldn't think it would be any worse than when I'm on the two-step at launching. Because I think I was on the limiter longer, ready to launch, than I was down track. No. Bob says, leave note on dash, number 16. Saying, on the bright side, I guess you provided the higher rev limit capabilities. You proved the higher rev limit capabilities of the TGR. Yeah. I have been to 8,200, 8,400 a damn lot. And like I said, I'm riding the limiter at 123 mile an hour through the traps. I bet if I'd have raised the limiter, I probably would have trapped 125, 126 or better. Yes.
I just wanted to say, someone made a comment about the axles that you broke, being TCS, and how you've raved about them.
I still rave about them.
Understand, those axles have had many pulls.
Yeah, those are the same axles that were in the car when I went 10s.
Yeah, and I mean,
Those are the cars.
It's been years.
Yeah, those are the axles that toted the front end. All those pictures I got of the K toting the front wheels, that's that same set of axles. So what happened now was all me. Considering I'm like 5% more rear weight bias than I was before, and all the extra reciprocating mass.
And when they broke, they had just re-prepped the track.
Yeah, the Honda guy that just went out said, "Man, they just resprayed. That track's really biting." And that was at the same moment I just let air out of the tires and dialed some of my slipper out of it.
Yep.
Fucked up.
So that's why it broke.
Yeah.
The shaft.
Zach says, "I got some work to do on my street car if I've got another 1 horsepower on you and you're still beating my hate." Joe says, "Oh, Zach, can't let these 2GR kids walk over me, Joe." Joe says, "How marinara did the K go?" The K went 127.
Marinara.
Yeah, the K went 110.7 to 127. But I was also 690 in the 8th with the K. I have no doubt that I can get this 2GR into the 6s in the 8th. I just have to have more time fixing this short track. It is, and staying off the limiter. The logs, I'm just killing the rev limiter on every shift. I need to figure out,
Raise it
you
up.
know, no, I need a, I'm supposed to be shifting at 7,800 RPM. I'm hitting the limiter at 8,200. So I'm already way past where I should be shifting, expecting to see a light come on the dash. So I either need to just get a big ass glow shift light, put it behind the damn instrument cluster itself so it lights up the whole dash, and then I can see it when it's super bright out, or a damn auditory beep in my helmet. Joe says, "You think you'll take the name, the NA record for the 2GR?" I've already got the NA record for the 2GR.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NA record was 1163.
He got it on the first
for
run.
the all-motor 2GR MR2. So my very first pass at 1162 that you see over here, I took the record on that pass. I buried it further on the second pass, and I killed it on the third pass. So 11.3 is 3/10 quicker. 11.32, I'm a full 3/10 quicker than what was the previous. You know, my mile an hour is only like a fraction of a mile an hour better, simply because I need to figure out what's going on in my short track game. Oh, NA MR2 record overall. Oh, no, I don't think I'll take the all out MR2 record NA, because the shit. Hell, I don't know. The car is not fully caged. I have another car that's a fully caged car that is going to be quicker, but this car is not fully caged. I'm low 10s. If I hit a high 9 eventually with a 2GR in it, that's it. I don't look to go any faster than that in this chassis.
Is the K the record?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where it's at though.
K is the record.
Yeah. All engine combos. Matthew, I wasn't downing the TCS axle. I was asking out of curiosity if it was the same set. No, it wasn't you that was.
No, it wasn't you we're talking about.
Nah, somebody was rude on my Hooks Racing page. Come to my business page to say some shit.
Yeah, and it was a business.
And I just deleted the comment out because I don't have time to argue garbage. But that was, like I said, that was the same TCS axles that I ran the 10s on, and far quicker than anybody else has gone on the other guy's shit. Since I knew that had been 10s, yes. And my issue is first time out the track, didn't realize my two-step was off. Not getting a good burnout. Need to burn out third gear.
Wasn't used to the track.
Wasn't used to the track.
No.
I need to get my slipper is a mechanical device on the pedal. I'm actually going to go to a valve in the line that's ECU controlled, and I'm going to add an input speed sensor to the transmission so I can actually monitor clutch slip directly instead of inferred through gear ratios at the wheel. Man, we left there. We were happy. We left there with the record. Like, we left there clearly with the record. It wasn't like that first pass was like, I barely broke it. That's not even like 1%. I barely grabbed the record on the first pass. By the time we left, we were super happy with our current results. Looking at the logs, there's shit. It definitely has 10s in it the way it sits. If I could just nail all the shifts and make the car hook. But I already have improvements that I know I need to do. Hell, let's see here. Close that out.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
So when the car broke,
that was...
I'm running over there. I'm trying to find a way through the fence to get to him to find out what happened. I'm running, and all these guys that told us to park beside them. I don't know if they're Puerto Rican, Mexican, what they are. I knew they were awesome because
they all love the car.
They looked at me and they said, "Did it break?" And I said, "I don't know." And so they followed me down to the track, and we found out that he had actually popped an axle, and they were like, "We help you push it on." And Eric, we didn't even think about that. Well, because the car is not going to go.
Well, the way the track was, too, like, when the thing broke, I told the guy walked to the front. I was like, "Go push on." Yeah, he's like, I know, carbon fiber hood. I was like, "Hold on." He's like, "No, you just stay in there. We'll get it." He said, "We'll push on the pillars." So luckily, there's a little road right beside the track.
Service road.
Yeah, a little service road. So he just pushed me backwards and pushed me into that. He said, "You can just get your trailer, man. Just bring it around here and then back up to it and just load it up right down here." I was like, "Cool." So all those other guys that were there racing with the Civic and the RSX, they all just waited. And then once we got the ramps down and get everything ready, all those dudes just pushed it right on.
They pushed it so fast. I mean, the car is like just over 1,900 pounds. So they pushed it so fast, I had to jump off the trailer of the truck to keep it from running over me. And then I told them how far to come, and I told them when to stop. But they left so fast, we didn't even get to thank them. So we just drug the trailer with the car on it. We went over there. We offered them $40 to go get them some beer and, just have a party or whatever. And they was like, "No, we family here. We're not going to take it." So that's...
Yeah.
That was much appreciated.
The people there were super nice. Like I said, they waited around until we got the truck and the trailer and got all the ramps lined up, and they were more than glad to help push it on there. And like I said,
they were so super
nice. The one guy was like, "What is your name?" Like, I don't have Hux Racing anywhere on the car. Like, my car doesn't say. We had Hux Racing hoodies on earlier in the day, but by the end of the day, neither one of us had anything on to identify.
We had MR2s on the Dragon.
Yeah, the truck tag says Hux Racing on it, but there's nothing on the car. I have no decals or anything. And the guy goes, "Who, you guys got an Instagram or Facebook or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, Hux Racing." So he looks it up. He's like, "Oh, look, I already follow you." I'm like, "Well," it's like, "Well, I thank you for that."
Yeah, it was great. Those guys were great.
Yeah. So there's a clean pic of the car. Let's see. I got another pic of the car at track. Yeah.
Oh, I took that one too.
Yep.
I took both of them.
So that's probably me fixing that damn binding gear linkage the first time. I think it was twice and the second time I just loosened that shit up so it wasn't doing any bracing. Yeah. Those dudes. Oh, hold on. I got a cool pic. I call this the toe of shame.
Bob Pham said fastest 2GR and now fastest trailer loader. Let's fucking go.
There it is. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I took that one.
Okay, yeah. So there we are. That's at the track there. So there they have a service road right beside the track, access road. And I was in those guys pushed it right on there. But there's me doing the toe of shame with my broken axle. And hey,
well, there really was no shame because we did what we went there to do.
Hey, the beautiful part was, I bet the track guy, when it went brrr and it broke, he was like, "Nothing, no fluid on the ground." Like, this thing didn't drop. I'm used to with the K. When they would broke an axle, it would tear the boot and sling fucking grease everywhere. So lucky the boot wasn't torn. There was no grease. It was like it's all contained. Like, thank God. But I'm sure the track guy was super happy that we didn't put grease all down on the track too. But I was going to say, I ran my cold air pointed up just like that. Just like I did on dyno. I just pointed my velocity stack up. Because I know from being on dyno, if I put the velocity stack in the bay, I actually made less power than having it above the car, just because I think it was trying to pull heat from the engine bay instead of from the side vent. Even with a fan on the side vent, it would make better power with the stack up. But looking at my logs with the stack in the upper position, I had I had 0.2, so I had 0.2 psi more pressure. I had 0.2 more psi of pressure down track than I had it. So fifth gear had higher map. Let's say higher. So if I was like at 0.3 psi of vacuum in fourth, in first gear I was at like 0.5 psi of vacuum. So it was 0.2 better down track, 0.2 psi.
So that's the round stack instead of the rectangular one that everybody had their little vaginas hurt over.
I was afraid that the scoop was going to rip itself backwards, but I knew that wasn't going to go anywhere. It stayed still. It didn't touch the paint. It didn't flex back. But I had 0.2 psi better manifold pressure with the stack above it, because that was another thing. I went back and looked at the log, and I was like, holy shit. It actually improved performance. Let's see. And now fastest trailer loader. Let's fucking go. Joe said, hello, Bob, saying, that's awesome. Always the crappy part. If you got to the track alone, if something breaks, you got to figure it out. Yep. And like I said, with the amount of time we had left, and we were hungry, and we were happy that we had got this point, and I knew I had so many other changes. I had, this is a fresh car, fresh combo.
And it was great having those guys help us.
Lots of stuff still to change. I made I made 4 attempts at the tree, 3 full passes. I got the broken axle log, and I got the number 2 pass log. I forgot to log everything else. And like Matthew said, I need a checklist in the car. I'm definitely going to do that. It's going to be like start log, release shift lock, pull stage brake, all that shit, just so I can get all this down. Matt says, I love having to use the ratchet straps. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, the same straps I tie the car down with to try to get the car on the trailer. That sucks. Bob says, free fresh air intake. Matthew, all 3 inches of movement at a time. That's what he's talking about with trying to use a ratchet strap.
Mm-hmm.
He says, one of the few cars that could use a snorkel properly. Like I said, I never looked at the log until I got back home and thought about it, but I had 0.2 more psi manifold pressure, which isn't much. It's pretty little, but it was gonna suck if I was seeing higher vacuum down track with the way like it was siphoning across the top or something and pulling air out of the motor. But nope, it did better with it above.
Yeah, let me tell y'all how this went.
How'd this go, baby?
Okay, so Eric told me. He said, baby, this is on the way there. We're 2.5 hours away. He said, baby, I'm just going to get there, and I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to baby it. I'm going to this. I'm going to that.
No stress.
I said, boy, once you get out there, you're going to send it.
I said, no stress, babe. I just want to take it easy.
Yeah, he said, no stress. I'm just going to take it easy. That's why I didn't tell nobody we were coming out here. And it was actually a last-minute decision. But we get out there, he gets on it, and he said about second gear, he woke up, and he just sent it. I mean, he went as fast as he could. Everybody was like, oh, my God, that thing was moving.
That thing sounds pissed off.
And he put it like 11.62 on the first run. So he had already had the world record in a 2GR MR2.
Yeah, I was ecstatic, and we knew that we could definitely do better. And like I said, every pass, I don't think I had anything better in me that day than an 11.2. The way I was struggling to try to get the car out of the hole, not realizing that, I should have known, but it was just so much going on.
And this is why
and
I told him to build a 2GR. I asked him why don't he build one, because everybody else was trying to do this, this, and this. And I knew that if Eric would do it, he could do what everybody else was trying to do.
Yeah. I would say when I think back at it, but okay, my combination is vastly different than every other 2GR swap. Like, I went a different path. So when somebody who's already followed the current path tries to take bits and pieces of my path and thinking that's gonna pick up their program, it doesn't really work that way. You know, I think mine's all the mods I've done work together. You know, they're all it's all
you
a package.
You got to know the full combination.
It's all a package. You just can't go and run your fucking velocity stack like I did and expect to get, like, you know, you're going to see people try to do bits and pieces of what I've done and expect to see my gains, but it's a culmination. It's the whole package. You're not going to do pieces, parts.
Yep.
Even down to is it because I sat the motor level and I have less windage and I have better cylinder head drain back? I mean, think of all the minuscule things in the background that could be helping my combination. You know, is my car fast just because it's light? Well, maybe, but I also make better power on dyno. That has nothing to do with what my car weighs. Matthew says, is yours the FXE motor? No, mine's a regular FE. Mine's the regular low compression FE. I was originally intending to do a FXE piston setup, but talking to Ty and Aaron and those guys, by the time I put money into a stock set of FXE pistons, I might as well just get some real world 13 or 14 to 1 custom pistons and just skip the whole stock piston setup. Joe says, your whole car is a different path. I've never seen so much detail on work into a car. I certainly appreciate that. And I can't remember who I was talking to, but there's different camps on how to build it. You know, there's the path that's been beaten into people for the last 15 years or something. And then there's like now my path. So there's like different camps of how people think of, like, if you're going to, like I say, not everybody's chasing power, but they all think they want to make 300 something wheel with their 2GR on stock shit. So there's a path that I took and then the path that everybody else takes. It's just different. You know, my results are different because I took a different route. It just happens to be that this time around, my results landed on the better side. But that was the point I was getting at. I built this 2GR package like I was building, you know, I'm not a Honda guy, but in the process of doing the K shit for 10 years, I learned a lot of hot rodding NA shit. So when I did the 2GR path, I went the same path like I was doing a K, but I just did all the mods to the 2GR. You know, I've never seen a K series run better on a short manifold than it did on a set of long tubes. You know, a good damper, electric water pump setup, a lightweight alternator, underdriven, like all the same shit. Exactly. I put valve springs in it because you want to prevent that money shift issue. You want more RPM, a good clutch, run a twin disc, even though it's NA because you want it lighter. I still went all the same paths like if I was building a K, but I put those mods to a 2GR. You know, all the same shit they laughed at me for. Well, here we are now.
Well, yeah, and that was the bigger thing. That was the bigger picture. When Eric started doing his 2GR, he reached out to some people that had been doing it for a while, and they wouldn't share their secrets. They wouldn't talk to him about it. They wouldn't tell them, they wouldn't tell him what they did to get to where they are. And so he just did his own little thing, as he always does. And he did all the R&D to try and get to where he is now. And everything he did worked. in which I knew when I told him to build a 2GR himself, because everybody else could not get to where they was trying to go. I knew Eric could do it, and he did. So, bravo.
Bob says, what do you recommend for circuit racing? If you're just, I mean, I would always recommend an NA car over a boosted car for road course stuff, HPDE stuff. I can't say go my route with the long tube headers and such, because it's a very costly endeavor. But get a 2GR, buy TCS's full exhaust setup, get ATS's tune and 4-inch air intake setup. You'll make just over 300 wheel. It'd be a super effective road course setup. Ryan says, any chance you will ever see a MK3 MR2 drag? Me? No. I gotta say that I only like the SW20, but I've done SW20 stuff for so damn long.
95.
Since 95 that there's like not, I mean, I know everything. Like I say, I know everything, but like, I'm not trying to figure anything else out. I mean, it would probably be a fun project. Like when I took over the 2GR stuff, it was like fun to relearn the complexities of a new package. I mean, this is my first 2GR build ever. It's the only 2GR I've ever put together. It was interesting, learned a lot, but I don't know. I'm just not the Spider is not my cup of tea. You know, it's not my favorite car. Let's see. Love it when you prove people wrong. Yep. Thank you, Bob.
He said your setup would be perfect for circuit.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah. I mean, mine's a stock cam, you know, other than putting valve springs in, which if you were going to road course or do anything competition based, I would always put a set of valve springs. I would never swap a 2GR into anything without putting valve springs in it. You know, could it be that I'm running valve springs on stock cams that my numbers are good? I don't know, because I've never done any other 2GRs, but I know mine works, and I'm not shitting it. I'm 82, 8400 a lot, and I'm never shitting any rockers and the valve train staying together. That doesn't mean like next week when I go back to the track that something won't happen, but I've got over 80 dyno pulls to over 8,000 RPM, and it doesn't seem to care. But I was going to get to the point that it sucks to change valve springs, and you know, a guy could change valve springs in a K in his driveway in a matter of hours. With a 2GR, you know, a valve spring swap starts with pulling the oil pan, because you got to pull the oil pan to get the front cover off, to get the cams out, then get down to pull the rockers out of the way, and you know, lifters and shit, and get to the damn springs. It's just a damn involved project. Joe says, well, there's the gears and gasoline bill, but it's a road race car. Yeah, you know, there's that car. I think they make like 350 something on C. I never even ran any C85. I might even make better power, but you know, a cammed billet intake built setup with compression makes, you know, like it's. I can't even imagine the money it would take to make that next 15 horsepower if I had to add another intake manifold, pistons, cams, like all those other upgraded parts to get to that point. I think mine's a great combo: stock bottom end, stock cams, just valve springs. Zach says, to be honest, G&G should have K-swapped the Mark III from the start. It would have been way easier than having to cut a hunk of the firewall out. But think about it. Sank says, but think about it. You and Renee cruising in your respective convertibles, top off and hair blowing in the wind.
Yep.
Oh, me and my Spider, and her Miata. Like I said, I'm just, you know, I've been in Spiders. I rode Spiders. I'm just not a Spider guy. I'm not an AW11 guy. I got one, you know, got a Maka one. But it's, you know, I only got so many hours of stuff in my life to like do shit. I just don't have time to head down that path. Joe says, LOL, I hear that, Zach, but their path makes more YouTube content. Yeah, it certainly does. Hold on, I gotta show my pick. This is one of the things I still have to install. So after all that track time, I still went on my old tires, and I have a brand new set of Hoosiers. My Mickey Thompsons are about 10 years old. My drag radials, I got a fresh ass set of Hoosiers to go in once I do the axle repair. Once we head back out, so a new set of drag radials.
Hey, Matthew, if you could tell me, I want to get Eric something so that he can put it on his car. Maybe on the trunk or on the fender or something, somewhere he can put his tools and everything when he's working on it, so he can just and not mess up his carbon fiber trunk lid or his paint job or whatever.
Yeah, looking for some sort of a tool mat or something, or like a work mat that I can roll out and lay on the trunk, but it needs to not have magnets in it, because I'm a machine shop. And magnets grab chips, and chips are always everywhere.
Right,
chips and
right.
metal dust are always damn everywhere. And anything with a magnet in it will have shit stuck to it. So,
Well, if you save it for the track time,
Right.
it won't have.
but when we
the
were at
metal.
the drag strip, to fix the linkage, I had to pull the starter. So I pulled my starter twice that day to get to my shift linkage to adjust it to keep it from binding up. So I was, because I would have luckily everything was a 12 millimeter, but sometimes it took the extension, sometimes not. So every time I had Renee like be in my tool holder, like hold this. I said, I can't lay it on the paint. Hold this.
Silicone grip-on
He
mat.
said a silicone grip-on mat. That sounds cool. Matthew said tires worth more than my car. Them tires are not worth more than your car. Those are little 225s. They're not.
No, your car is beautiful.
Yes, Matthew's car is beautiful. It's
Yeah,
not
it
worth
is.
more than your car. Bob says welded axles. Let's do it. I got a whole box full of TCS axles to pop in there.
Thank you for the datas and testing.
Yeah, Bob fam. Bob says valve springs done. I have 3 2GRs that's pending here to go against my Gen 4 3S 400 wheel horsepower. Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said, if you're on the E153 with factory gearing, RPM is your friend. To limit yourself to 7,200 RPM is awful. For a road course car where sometimes you want to hang a gear and not downshift or upshift, because that would then be double downshifts or more lost time shifting, you absolutely want to have a 7,800, 8,000 RPM rev limit to just be able to drive the car into that range. And for that, you need valve springs. So I can't even imagine doing anything, like I said, performance related without doing a valve spring upgrade. And I would just contact ATS or TCS. Those guys can help you out with a set of valve springs. The suck part is the work to install them. I ended up, that's pretty cool. She's showing me the
That's
trace.
what Matthew sent.
So I ended up buying the Toyo tool that pops the keepers out and pops them back in, and that thing was a lifesaver, because the keepers are easy. They're like down in a hole in the 2GR, but I think I gave myself a damn chest workout, because there's the stock ones, the springs are so soft, they're easy as hell to pop apart and pop back together. But with the upgraded valve springs, and that you don't really want to smack it with a hammer, you want to like push down on it to lock the keepers in. Yeah, that shit'll work your ass out. Joe says, Bob sounds like that one car guy that everyone wants to have around. Bob says, Amazon Pad removes the magnets. Zach, Matco Tools has a mat as well. No magnets. Matthew, sent you the Amazon version.
I've got it.
Bob says 8200 is safe. Stock head with valve springs. I'm 8200. I'm probably going to be, next time I get out to the track, I'll probably raise it up to like 85, 86 and fourth, just so I can get the mile an hour and better my time. But I wouldn't be scared to put the rev limiter at 8,000 with upgraded valve springs. The one, like I said, contact ATS or TCS, get a set of valve springs, put those in it, and I would not be scared of 8K. I know FMW is doing 7,800 RPM tunes for people now. I think they were until a couple years ago. Everybody was like 7,200, and they're just now realizing that RPM is your friend. Joe, damn, Matco is selling Schaefer's. Gonna have to get one of those to finish my car. But yeah, I definitely could have used some convenient little work mats to toss there on the trunk. And not only that, but magnets. My trunk lid is by Anthony. It's carbon fiber. There's nothing for the magnets to stick to. So.
Don't you have a picture of the?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm showing pictures of what shit I still have to install. Hold on.
Yeah, you
Not sure
have the
Not sure if he's still with us.
XV
Bam!
Racing
Yep.
carbon fiber door cards. They are gorgeous
That's my XV Racing carbon
in person.
fiber door cards that I still have yet to install. So my 11.3 was with the full power doors with the factory door panels and the switches and all that shit.
Matthew said, Schaefer more than you can afford, pal.
Bob says 8,600 RPM done.
Hello, guys from Bangladesh.
Damn,
oh.
Shibli. Damn.
Oh, Shibli.
Hey, Shibli.
Welcome.
Welcome. What time is it in Bangladesh, if I might ask?
What time is it in
Anthony
Bangladesh?
says, yeah, I'm here. Okay, Anthony. There's
And
Anthony's
day.
door cards. I have yet to install those. I definitely want to have those in by next track day. And I'm going to try to figure out. I realize that when I'm in my harnesses and the door's open, I have nowhere to reach the door. So I was going to try to figure out if there was some way to make the door grabbable when I'm in my harnesses.
Well, I'm always there.
Or just pop the clutch forward and make it come back to me.
I'm always there to shut the door for you.
Yeah.
I help you in your harness. I put your harness straps over your shoulders and over your hands, and I fasten them in, and I shut your door. I have your glasses. I hold them until you get your hands on. I'm very helpful.
He said it's 8:32, so it's 8:32 in the morning, 8:32 a.m. Damn, that's 12.
So it's 8:32 a.m. So it's
12
Wednesday
hours.
there.
So it's 12 hours different. We talking to him from the past.
Holy moly.
Let's see. Anthony says he's here. Zach says, yeah, Joe, get in the powder coat your whole car while you're at it. He's real good at that. Ghibli in my leg. Chris, that's hot. Joe, Zach is Wish. If anyone's car needs, mine does. Talking to him from the past. Yeah, cool. So luckily, you caught us. We are 42 minutes longer than we typically run because
we had a lot to talk about.
We had a lot to talk about. But as I said, everything, we were ecstatic as hell. The drive home went fast. I guess we were so happy and chatting about it on our way back that damn 2.5 hour drive back just flew. But I just unloaded the car today, and the car's been on the trailer since Sunday.
I just want to know, Shibli, how did Cam do on the trip to Bangladesh? People don't know who Cam is. That's his camel.
That's his camel?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Shibli's camel. I just want to know how Cam did.
Bob said, I need an electric door with a button. I can hit a button and boom, the door just closes. Let's see. He says, I'm a day ahead. Not bad when I was in Australia.
Oh,
sweet.
I tell you what, I've been seeing some videos of Australia and their deadly critters.
I think I showed every pic. Oh, somebody was asking about this earlier. Okay, hold on.
Lockout shifter. Oh.
Yeah, okay. Okay, drag radial's gone. Everybody, there's Anthony's door cards. About to make that pic go away.
Aww.
Somebody was asking about this. Show. So there it is. There is the...
You should have your sound on.
Yeah, they can hear it. Damn it. You got to keep hitting the play. And I guess I can pause it. But listen to every drop. It's like ping, ping, ping. Like you can hear the spring pop the detent down on every shift, and that every gear is locked out. So once I'm in second, you can't go to first. Once you're in third, you can't go to second or first. Once you're in fourth, you can't go back to anything. So every every shift is a prevention from downshifting into any other gear. One more time. Bing, bing. And the funny part is that little lever that's pointing off to the passenger side. When I first built it, I had the lever pointing to the driver's side, and I realized that I could not conveniently get my hand in there to pop the release backwards. Conveniently, I had made the bracket flippable, so I was able just to flip it around so it went the other way, and then at that point I could use one hand and just reach in there and flip the release mechanism out of the way. And I've seen others. Let's see.
ASMR with
hooks.
hooks
Yeah,
racing.
it does. It's like bing. I didn't realize it until I watched the video myself, but you could hear the spring go bing, bing, bing as it goes through each shift. It will lock out all. Like I could go to. It's a dog box, so unless you get the transmission sitting in a perfect spot, you can't shift all gears with everything stationary.
I seen one person tell you, "Just take my damn money."
Yeah. But I built this whole shits in a matter of damn 3 or 4 nights, and I couldn't have been happier with how it is so rigid. It's like shifting into like it's a dead stop on each end of the throw. The side to side action's very short. The detents are firm as shit. I was just super happy about how it all came out. Let me I got that. I got another image here somewhere. Did I not? Hold on. And hide that one. Hide that. That. Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Shibley said he's going to meet up
Nope.
with one of the guys here with an MR2. It's the only 2 in his country. Wow. That's awesome.
I guess I thought I loaded up the other pick. Let me see here something if I. Nope. Apparently, I did not load up the pic that I thought I loaded up.
Which one?
I thought I had a fixed image of the shifter,
Oh.
but I don't.
That's okay.
I'm just going to take a quick look here. Hold on a second. Image. Okay. Image 9. Browse. Oh, there it is. Open. There it is.
There it is.
Okay, there we go. So there's how the shifter looks in the car. So other than this little, hold on, where's my damn?
And you can see the stage brake as well.
Bam! Where's my pointer?
There it is. It's right there.
Yeah, but it disappears when it goes.
Oh, why does it disappear?
It's fucking fighting me right now. That is some bullshit.
Just put it in place and see if the arrow comes up
Hold
once
on.
you get it in place.
I gotta get rid of some of these other images. Maybe that'll help me. So that's the only 2.
Just put it in place and see if it comes up.
No. Ah! Where's
That sucks.
Where's the bring to the front? Hold on.
Chris gonna want his money back.
I know. I lost my arrow, Chris. Where's the bring to the front?
Who?
The bring to you can bring an image to the front.
Oh.
Fuck this. Okay, there's my arrow over there. the Lord. Yeah, fuck that thing. Yeah, Matthew said, I bet $1 someone asked if it fits under the stock shift boot. That's why when I made my post, I said it is very chunky and beefy and big, but it's like it is absolutely the tank of shifters. Obviously, the shift cable mounts are adjustable. I put the cable attachments in double shear so it can't try to twist the mechanism. Like try. You know, the factory SW shifter is such a piece of shit. You know, the way the cable attaches to the rod, it tries to twist the shift rod. I'm saying try and twist at the same time. It tries to twist the shift handle at the same time. So
Chris said he was about to express his disappointment.
yeah. So I put watch. If I try to drag this motherfucker, what? Gone. Look. Watch. I'm back. I'm gone. I'm back. Right click. Bring to front. Where's the...
He said we beat him to it.
I know. I'm right clicking on this thing, trying to tell it to bring to the front or move to the rear. It's not. There is none. Fuck it. Fuck it. It ain't doing shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, fuck that thing. But as I said, it's the tank. It's on a 3/8 aluminum plate, bolted to the car, adjustable shift cable mounts. Cable throws are in double shear. I used this is like some part of some old K-Tune knockoff box. It's just the ball socket part, but the shift handle is chromoly tubing, hollow chromoly tubing. I welded a stud to the top of it there to put the strain gauge on. Like I said, Friday night I had a shifter in the car, but I had 0 lockouts on it. Saturday I decided I needed to have lockouts if I wanted to do more than 1 through 2, and I figured all that shit out on Saturday and was super happy how it all came out. I originally was going to try to have the cable attach above the plunger for the lockouts, but I figured there was no way I was going to be able to, I was going to put the spring inside the tube with a pin that came through the tube to push on the plunger, but I figured there was no way I was going to be able to do it easily and not have it get in my way for locking the plunger out. So then I made that bracket that comes off the bottom for the front to back action, and that's what you see here. Obviously you see this little plate on the front that's got the 4 bolts. That's because the pivot pin for the side-to-side action on a K is on the front side of the box. To get the side-to-side action correct for an E, we got to put it on the back side of the box.
Did you read all of the...
I have it. Let's go down here.
I don't know what MR2 Joe's
here.
talking about. Save it for the bedroom.
Well, Matt, save it for the bedroom. Max Drifter, LMAO, he's good, just chilling. Shit, I'm married with kids. That's an option. ASMR Hux Racing. That thing is so cool.
Oh, okay. Cam is just chilling.
Matthew, now put a set of micro switches for a gear display. I don't. My dash and my ECU will display what gear, wheel speed versus engine RPM. Bob said that's sick. Ping. Shibley, going to meet up with one of the guys. You read that earlier.
Yeah.
Matthew, it's a pain to go down one gear. Is it a pain to go down? No. You just have to give it a little rev. Just sort of pretty much trying to match rev it. Just give it a little blip, and then you can throw it down a gear. Joe says, "Wow, really?" Shibley, I'll send some pics on that chat. Matthew, I bet $1 someone has to fix under a stock shift boot. Yes. Chris, I was about to express my disappointment for my pointer not working. Yep.
We beat him to it.
And MRG Joe says maybe the image could be brought to the background. I tried that. There's no if I right click on it, there's no background, foreground, filters. Oh hell, I pulled up filters. That's what I get. What the fuck is that?
That's a good question that Matthew is asking. So if you make these for sale, are they going to be based off the current boxes you do, or does it require a totally different setup?
Totally different setup. The hybrid, I wish my fucking pointer worked.
They're also, it's also beefier, more material. It's probably going to be higher than the ones he has now. Because when he let me feel the weight of it, I was like, you're not going to run this because it's too heavy. And he said, oh, you got jokes. But, I mean, he picks at every little weight. I mean, even if it's a bolt, he'll drill out the top of the bolt to make it lighter.
Oh, hold on. Text,
What
reefer
did you
file.
do?
I was seeing if there was something in here. Nah, there's not. Yeah, fuck this thing. This whole thing's just fighting me right now.
Saying's right. Saying said, I love Black Friday time. Hooks always develops new shit about the same time each year. You're right. He does.
It's drag race time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm getting all my shit ready to race myself. But no, I can't. The hybrid racing box, I can't build this. Well, maybe. You know, the hybrid racing box has that lever that comes off of the main shift shaft. So there's two vertical shafts, and there's a lever that connects the two together to amplify the motion ratio. That motion ratio amplification thing is all in the way of the lockout plunger. That's why I didn't go that route. I would love to use that ball socket setup like they use, but as I said, that their shift rod isn't round. It's tapered up and then tapered down to the thread, and then it's machined flat on the sides with like this hole in the middle. This whole mechanism requires a round shift shaft so that the plunger has something to ride on with the spring and can rotate and such. I don't think I could do it on that shift box. And that's, like I said, that's the whole reason I went to this tank. It's the whole thing is like all this billet aluminum and the brackets, everything is in double shear. Like the cables are in double shear, the pivot pin for the damn side-to-side actions in double shear. It's just all so rigid. The shift cable tangs mounted to the base plate, rigid. The whole goal was to, any flex in that whole assembly would negate the ability, I think it's only 1/8 of an inch in step over. Like if you could stick it in first, like I can stick it in first, and then you can try to shove the shifter sideways to get the third. In the regular E153 box, there's a fuck ton of play. Like you could shove that thing a good, inch over from the handle. This setup is so rigid that even it only takes 1/8 of an inch for that plunger to drop down off of that lockout, you can't push it over and make it drop. It doesn't have enough play in it to get the lockout to come out of position. And that was the point of building the box so beefy. Matthew says, so I need a new shifter. Got it.
Matthew has the golden one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, there was that golden one that just came up for sale. I think the guy sold it for like $400. He had a super steel on it, and it looked brand new, like the dude never had the thing in the sunlight. Scott McClendon bought it and is going to put it in his car, but I think he's going to try to.
I was hoping he would.
Yeah,
he said
did.
it would look good in his orange car.
Yeah, he bought it, and like I said, the gold is still nice and crisp on it.
Yeah.
For shit. For one, it's got to be 4 or 5 years old, but he was wanting to modify the base plate to try to drop it down. I said you certainly could. You just have to do some chopping and redo your cable tangs, but you could probably drop it 3/4 of an inch. Where an AW11 you can get 1 inch and something to drop because the pocket is bigger.
So MR2 Joe said, "Is the sale live yet?"
No, we're talking about it right now. We'll probably go live either in the weekend, or we're probably talking like Saturday maybe to let it go live. Like post some stuff up Friday and let it go live.
I don't know.
Saturday.
We have the
Drive.
Miata drive.
I mean, it's fine. It can start while we're
Saturday.
on our drive,
So you'll do it Friday night.
Yeah. Matthew, Eric will make his out of magnesium. I've machined magnesium before. It machines odd. The dust, like I said, Matthew says the dust is highly flammable, but
Really?
yeah. Not really. It's like
Is magnesium
no
lighter than titanium, or
no, it's lighter than yes, it's lighter than titanium. It's lighter than aluminum, but
Oh.
it's chemically sensitive, and
No wonder Matt said that.
it's not flammable in billet form. Like if you make solid stuff out of it, it's not flammable. But the dust, like the chips and the dust, is flammable. And they use it in fireworks and stuff to make colors.
Oh,
So
okay. Let's make some fireworks.
Joe says, I bought my first piece of magnesium. It was part of my new chainsaw. Yep. And they use it on, like you said, chainsaw parts and equipment stuff because it's light. So Matt says, so I need a new shifter. Got it. Matthew, working at an airport, magnesium is awesome and scary at the same time. Yeah, it's great, but and like they make magnesium blocks, magnesium cylinder heads, stuff like that. In solid form, it's great. It's just the dust and the powder and the chips is flammable. Joe says, I bet Matt. He says, yeah, I have the good shifter. Chris says, magnesium. He's drooling. I would love to have like a classic set of magnesium wheels. That'd be kind of cool. Matthew, did the stuff I haven't ordered yet ship already?
Oh my God. That is so perfect. It's funny, the people that order and they'll be like tomorrow, they'll order. The next day, they'll be like, I haven't received my stuff and I haven't received any kind of tracking. But if they would read on the website, it says turnaround time 2 to 3 weeks. But nobody ever reads it. But it's always funny how somebody will order something and then they're immediately wanting to know where their tracking is.
I'm looking at Chris Bailey's pics. Chris, how are you? What is it that you're applying? Is that like a paint or something?
Yeah, he put the first coat.
That's the first coat of paint. I guess like a spray paint, I guess. It looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
You know what it looks like? Are you familiar with layout dye? Like Dichem blue layout dye?
Oh, it does look like
this
dye.
thing looks like you painted it with layout dye. Let's see. Bob says, gonna get me some Alibaba magnesium wheels. There you go. Cement powder is cheapest way to smother it. Oh, if there's a fire. Anthony says, it's because of Amazon. And Bob, big font before purchases. Yeah, it's on there. Oh, he's talking about because of people wondering about getting shit immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris says, sounds hot, Bob. But yeah, the finished pics look good, Chris, but I swear that's a damn layout dye blue. Dichem layout dye blue. Or Prussian blue, whatever they call it.
Hey, any of you that's wanting to go to MR2s on the Dragon, there is a link to book your rooms, cabins, campgrounds, whatever. Make sure that you book, and you do have a window that you can cancel if necessary, but otherwise you've got your room or cabin or whatever locked in for 2026. Otherwise, I think April is the cutoff in which they'll start releasing out to other people. So maybe we can get everything booked that they have blocked off for us.
Matthew, it's the I want it now mentality of next day delivery by Amazon. And Joe says one run set of wheels. No, I mean magnesium wheels used to be the thing back in the 60s, 70s. A lot of guys that run like the spoked skinny magnesium wheels. That'd be their front runners. It was pretty popular. Where are we all staying at? Fontana Village.
Yes.
All of us are going to be at Fontana Village.
Oh, and a trailer.
Yes,
yes, they've got plenty of room for trailers. And Bob, if you can't find nowhere to put your trailer, you can bring it to our cabin. We've got plenty of room for you to put your.
Our cabin's got a lot of parking area.
Yes.
So, either way. All right. Oh, that's your phone.
Yeah, that's my phone.
Okay. 2 hours. We have went double our amount. And thank you, all of y'all, for staying with us, because this has been the longest podcast we've done in at least a year plus. So, everybody, get your goodbyes in. I think I barely can talk. Bob said, "We can spoon, Bob, but you ain't staying in my cabin."
Oh wow! I guess y'all gonna be spooning on the porch then. There's like a semi wraparound porch. Yeah. I think it is.
Matthew says y'all got to change the sign for the deck.
No.
We got the same sign.
We got the same sign.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. But everybody get your goodbyes in. Thank you. It's been a great show. Glad everybody came in here to chat with us.
And we are so excited that 808 Bob Pham is going to be at MR2's on the Dragon. I can't even express how excited I am because he's a great guy. He's so humble, and we just can't wait to see him.
Chris says brings back the COVID memories. Back when we would go for like 2-3 hours. I think the biggest thing about I looked down and it was 8:30. I was surprised as hell. But the biggest thing is having us doing shit and having content. Most of the time we're a small business. Every day is chasing, finishing orders, getting shit done, trying to please customers. A lot of times it's hard to have time to mess with my own shit. This whole 2GR, TCS is knocking a damn 2GR swap out in a damn 2 days. It took me a year of building this thing to get to this point, and that's with smart people around me, telling me how to put this damn thing together. It's tough. We're glad we finally got to the track. We're glad for the success that we've had, and we plan to push it even further. We know that this is not the end of what this thing can do.
And that's another thing Sang has reminded us. He said, night all, have a happy Thanksgiving next week. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We hope you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. No drinking, driving, all that stuff.
Chris said Eric wants to sign off. Time for anime. Chris. Chris!
Oh, you about to get him started on solo leveling.
No. There's not anime talk. There's no solo leveling because there's no new episode. But the this Crunchyroll season fucking sucks. The damn release dates are inconsistent. I fucking can't follow nothing. There's only like 2 good fucking anime, 2 good shows to follow. And they never I'm expecting like Sunday releases, and then they're released like Tuesday, and then you expect a Thursday release, and it'd be sad like these motherfuckers. So, no, I know. I don't know who.
Ketchikita.
Ketchikita. Thank you for listening in. They say I'm loving it. I'm not familiar with who that is. But yeah, there's my anime talk. Yeah, this season is a dud. Matthew is absolutely correct. This season is a dud. There's seriously, there's 4, and fuck, the release dates are so inconsistent that some shows are on their 9th episode and some are on their 6th. It's what the fuck is going on? So that's it. It's Caleb. Okay, cool. So that's it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm done. Thank you, Chris, for bringing that up. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you all have a great holiday. And whatever goes on, we expect to be back in 2 weeks because we'll talk about holiday sale stuff. I've got a guy picking up my wheels tomorrow to take to get the Hoosiers hung on them. I'm going to put the axle in it, input shaft sensor. I have a input expander module so I can add brake pressure, input shaft speed, and atmospheric conditions to my data logs. As I said, we've got a lot of stuff that we know that we can do to the car to make it better. And 10s, it's not like I'm running high 11s and I think I can run 10s. At this point, we absolutely know there's 10s in it. We just got to get out there and prove it. So we will talk to y'all later. Thanks for listening. I am Eric Hux, all things Hux Racing.
And I am Renee Hux, all things Hux Racing.
Yep. So thank y'all for listening. Have a pleasant Thanksgiving, and we will talk to y'all in December. Adios, peoples.
Oh.
You sad?
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
You sad? Can I go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just trying to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Yep. Luke made it to the end. Thanks, y'all. Good night.